What's going on, y'all? Thanks for joining. We're just kicking off. So thanks for joining. My name's John. I'm a software engineer with about 10 years of experience. Let's write some code. Today we are working on IRL TCG tools. This is part 2 in a multi-stream series. In part 1, there was a lot of ideation. You can see I've further built out the issues in the initial open source repository. Here it is. And today, we're going to get started writing some code. We're going to focus on the dashboard and the card catalog. So I slept on it, and I can't think of a reason not to use Blitz again. But I do think, since this is a new, fresh greenfield project, we can try a few new technologies. One thing that I'd like to do is use Cursor. I've used Cursor in the past, but it's been a while. So maybe it will have been updated, maybe it will be more effective, we will see. The second thing I would like to do is use Supabase image storage. Supabase blob image storage. Okay, so let's start by opening the correct project here in Cursor. Let's update Cursor. And it looks similar to VS Code because it's based on VS Codium, the open source subcomponent of VS Code. But there are some differences, but if you're familiar with VS Code, you should largely feel at home. Here we're going to switch the project . And I'm trying to figure out how to close this project and open a different one. So I might want to open Cursor from the other folder. Let's try open folder. If this doesn't work, I'll just close the app. Okay, so it opened up like that. Do I have the old one still open as well? Looks like just the one. We'll close VS Code. Let's open a terminal. And I want to open the chat pane too. So here's the chat. Ask anything. Let's see if this will work. Build an initial Pokédex style app or card catalog for a TCG using blitz.js. Let's see what it does. Okay, so it's telling me what to do, but it's not making any files. I thought there was a different interface on the chat that would operate on the files. Open chat in the editor tab. Let's double check the docs. Generate from scratch. This is what I'm looking for. Let me open the command palette. So Command Shift P, generate. What just happened? It didn't seem to do anything. Open inline edit and generate prompt bar. Okay, so it's expecting a file to exist before it starts generation. Is that what I'm gathering? What if I right click over here? Generate editor config. Strange that it has that. Why so specific? Generate this one specific file. Let's try a new AI project. Jordan says, hey, I'm currently studying to become a software engineer. I finished Codecademy HTML. Do you have any suggestions? Yep, Codecademy CSS and JavaScript and React. Do the whole front end path. Codecademy is pretty good. Better would be the Coursera front end path with Meta. And that is just the start of the journey, my friend. Doing the course alone is not going to make you a software engineer, but you're heading in the right direction. Also, do you recommend going front end, getting real experience, and working my way to full stack? No, basically. Once you have learned front end, do start interviewing, and you might sort of get lucky, and it might turn out that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's great. It's what I did. But in the current job market, you will likely find that you want to continue to become full stack. And that will substantially improve your job performance. So that I would encourage you to go for full stack, although I would say do start interviewing once you have the front end skills. So don't block yourself, but also don't target front end. Does that make sense? Doug says start on the back end. No, I'm not a fan of starting on the back end. I know it will take more. I'm just getting to know the language. Cool. Yeah, thanks for the follow, and let me know how I can help. Thank you for this info. You're very welcome. Thanks for being here. So you can see cursor is just chatting away. Let's see. How is it importing Blitz? It's importing, look at line 2. You can see that it is importing the legacy Blitz code, basically, from Blitz, which is the alpha version. But it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. To create a Pokédex style app or card catalog for a TCG using Blitz.js, you would need to create several files. That's right. That's why I asked you to do it, buddy. I don't know. I kind of want to look at the schema that it created, but I don't know if clicking into another file will ruin the writing. And I don't want to interrupt it, so we're just going to hang out and see what it does. Blitz config, yeah. DB schema, this is all really cool. Now let's call the function with these file names. Functions.output file names. So the config, the schema, the model, get cards, create card, index, new TCG. This is pretty mid. So Blitz.js will CRUD, create, read, update, and delete. It will create all those for you. It looks like the AI writer has halted. Would putting that you are certified FE and learning BE be more desirable on a res? No, I don't think that it looks good on a resume to write out what you're learning. What I would write out on the resume, Ashley, is if you are learning it, then there should be some of it on, basically here's the rule. If you are learning it, there should be some of it on your portfolio. If it's in your portfolio, you can put it on the resume. If it's not in your portfolio, don't put it on your resume. That's the rule, basically. Jordan says, have a great day, night. Thanks, Jordan. You as well. So what I would suggest, actually, is throw something up on your portfolio and then list it on your resume. And don't say that you're learning it, just list it. At the interview, it's fully expected that you are not equally competent in all skills. Let me repeat that. It is fully expected that you are not equally competent in all skills. So you can say, hey, I'm an expert front-end developer and I'm sort of like starting out, like I'm lower expertise, starting out, more recently picked up back-end. Maybe you have, I don't know, 2 months. Maybe it's only 2 months of back-end experience. Cool. All right. Good chat. Good chat. Let me get back to this coding here. This code looks kind of like terrible, actually. So I might not use any of this, but this was a fun experiment. So we updated cursor and we want to see how it looks. I mean, you could do a lot, like this is like cup half full, cup half empty kind of stuff. You could do a lot worse. It's kind of cool that the AI did this much. But it's also like not good. I don't think it will run. And it definitely won't look good. There's no style here at all. There's no tailwind, there's no material, there's no bootstrap, there's no package JSON, right? Can we keep going with it? Can we keep going with it? It seems like this is kind of what we're stuck with. So I'm going to throw it all away. And we'll go back to VS Code. Well, that was fun. Don't save. Let's close this. Let's open VS Code. Actually, I can open the terminal and move to my workspace. So we'll cd workspace. And here I will code dot. Command not found code. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so I never installed the code command, so that's my bad. Alternative manual, no. Let's just, let's do this. Now Command Shift P, install, command. There we go. We can see it pop it up. Hit enter on that. Successfully installed. Cool. Let's close it. Now we'll open the terminal. And I'm expecting I can code dot. Cool. And now it opens up my workspace. Great. That's what I wanted to do. Hey, quick reminder, you can go over to YouTube, link is in my bio, and see the full screen. I know it's like you're only seeing part of the screen, it's a bit blurry, and so on. All of your problems will be solved. No, that's not true. But some of those problems will be solved by going over to YouTube. Cool, so we just updated VS Code. I have some existing changes in my workspace. We'll just collapse these for now. We're focusing on the one repository. I personally prefer a multi-root setup. You know, it's not for everybody. Don't get overwhelmed. Basically, they're just multiple projects in one workspace. But this is the one we're dealing with, IRL TCG tools. I'll rimwrap the curse decks that I ended up not using. Okay. And let's see Blitz version. What do I have? Sub version 29. Let's go check the latest version of Blitz. Here we are, blitzjs.com. This is Blitz. We're going to use this framework. And I want to go to GitHub. And check the latest subversion. We have up to 31. Anything interesting change? Support for Prisma 5. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. NPM, let's see, NPM, what is it, list? NPM list-g. And there we can see the Blitz. So NPM uninstall-g Blitz. Let's list to confirm it was uninstalled. Good deal. And then we'll npm i-g Blitz. And then we're going to want to list to make sure it picked the proper version. Subversion 31, there we go. So here we will cd into the IRL TCG tools. We will blitz generate, or no, let's blitz new. IRL decks, or like, what do I want to call this? IRL TCG tools. IRL tools web UI. Let's just call it IRL TCG tools. See, there could be other tools that are not web tools. That's the thing. We'll call this the IRL UI. IRL web UI. I like that. Wasted way more than enough time on that. Sushi, what's up? What's up? Thanks for the follow. What's Blitz? Blitz is a wrapper around Next.js. You can check it out here. And it gives you code generation capabilities, full stack TypeScript types that are aligned from your database into your backend and your front end code, an integrated RPC solution, integrated auth, bunch of cool things. Sets up prettier for you, ESLint. And it has some plugins for Tailwind and whatever. We may or may not use that. Actually, we probably should use that. Nice one, bro. Thanks, Izzo. Thanks for being here. So we will do the full. I don't know that we really need auth, but it's just like so much easier to set it up that way and then ignore it rather than try to add it on later. Felt cool. Final form, I don't care. React hook form is great too. There's the Vitest config TS. So Blitz earlier this year integrated Vitest support. Cool. So let's collapse all these things, and we have the IRL TCG tools. We can see that they're building. Here's the web UI. All this stuff just got built for us. Much more impressive than what Cursor did. Let's refresh here. I can get log -1 to confirm that the initial commit auto-completed. That says August 15th, so that is not what I want to see. Because today is the 16th. Here I am seeing, do I see a get ignore here? Nope. So why do the TCG tools not seem to notice that they have all these files in them now? Right. Well, Git knows, even though VS Code doesn't seem to know. That's weird. Why is it doing this? Look, how goofy is this? There is a get ignore here. Let me ls-a to show the dot folders so we can see .git. One thing that I'm worried about is the possibility that there are two .gits here. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, so the reason that my GitHub repository, IRL's TCG tools, doesn't know that it has this subfolder is because that subfolder was created as a different package from the Git point of view, which is bad news bears. We don't want that. We don't want that. So what I'd like to try to do here is rimraf the child's git ignore, or the child's git, sorry, the child's git. All right, now I can LSA, it should be gone. It's gone. And now hopefully the parent can notice. Yeah, okay. That was super goofy. Poppy Sensei, what's up? Evan says, been there. Yeah, it happens. Zizo said, I just came here. Can you briefly tell me what you're building? I'd be glad. Yeah, we're making a card game, basically. So you ever play Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, any of these trading card games? We are building a card catalog, a web-based card catalog for IRL TCG. By the way, let me plug the Reddit. So where do these cards come from? This IRL TCG, these cards are going to be built programmatically from the subreddit. So check out this subreddit. It's new, like you'll be one of the first 5 members if you sign up. And the way it works is someone posts a picture with a title, and the poster can also add a description, like optionally. It could be, but this is metagame info. So that will not be used in the game. It's just informational, like where this photo came from. And you don't have to do that. It's all optional. You can put no description at all if you want. And you can be funny about it if you want to. Kappa and Akira, legendary Husky sisters. There's one that's the grocery store. Let's see. Trader Joe's, Grocer of Legend, is an environment card. And Skeeter Beater, which is like an electric fly swatter. Slay in Style, right? So you can put whatever you want, and then people can comment whatever they want. And the card is minted by ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is not going to see the picture, but it will read all of the text, the title, the descriptions, and the comment section can sway the ultimate minting of the card. Once it's minted, then it will go in the database and it will go in the card catalog, and that becomes the canonical form of the card. The description will continue to remain, and you can play in a narrative style or the canonical style. There's basically two modes of play, narrative or canonical. Canonical will use the frozen snapshotted stats of the monsters and whatever. The narrative style will just use the descriptions, and it may even be fully non-quantitative. It may just be narrative, right? But you can still have battles and people can still win. You can still achieve objectives, have winners and losers and stuff. This is actually really interesting. Thank you so much. Yu-Gi-Oh is my shit. We love to see it. Joe, thanks for sharing. Hey, quick reminder, y'all, if you go over to YouTube, you can see the full screen. All right, so, cool. Hope to see you on the subreddit soon. Let's get back to the codes. So we're building a dashboard today. These are the 5 things you can do on the dashboard. They're not going to be all implemented today. We're trying to focus on number 3, which is the card catalog. But they're going to be 5 kind of like buttons or links. Like in theory, maybe we can do a user settings page. But to be honest, I'm not even sure we need the auth. In the future, like if this thing takes off, then yeah, you can sign up and have user accounts and have usage-based billing for AI because it'll have the GPT like connected directly to the app. That's all like way far out. This thing has like 2 users right now, so none of that is in the imminent future, but we shall see. Okay, cool. We got the new blitz, right? Let's close this. Bye. What are we doing? Localhost. We're gonna need that. By the way, if you want to learn to code, you can. This is my personal like place where I say personal. It's open source, but like this is the website where I teach people to code. Latterly.io. Link is in my bio. Quick plug for that. And there's a Discord too. Come check it out. Come say hi. Let's scoot that tab to the left because we're not dealing with that right now. Right. Back to VS Code. Here we are. And here's where I want to do the init blitz. You can see I'm committing directly to master right here because like, I don't care. Let me try to blitz dev. Might need to blitz build first. All right, cool. So that worked. App is ready. Can I do this fully static? Do I need a database at all? So play now. Can we get away with a fully static play now? So it's going to need to be able to roll dice. We can do that on the client. That's fine. Random deck generation. Oh no, we need database access. So we need a database. We don't need authentication, but we do need a database. Okay. Lillian says, what are you working on? We're working on this. IRL TCG tools. So this is a trading card game. I don't know how much trading there is at the moment. It's more just a card game. I don't know. In the future, you can trade them. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon or Magic the Gathering or something like that. The difference is that at the moment, there's no like card packs to buy. So I don't know why you would be trading at the moment, but maybe in the future, we'll implement that. Yeah, I can go ahead and write these down. So we can say, what is that called in crypto world? Crypto. Dang, what is the library called? For packs. Everyone's using this? Is this the new hotness? No, downloads are on the way down. These are all the wrong things. Web3 React components. I don't remember. The sad thing is these guys sponsored one of my videos and I can't remember their name. How embarrassing is that? Whatever. Web3 React components NFT. Alchemy SDK? Like, I don't think so, but maybe. So we'll make this new long-term label. Give it a cool color. Maybe some kind of yellowish color. So yeah, so we backlogged it, right? So we can do those later. Crypto and integrated LLM. What are you doing? Ask ChatGPT. No, it's not worth it because we're not focusing on that today. Okay, so we have this. Your database and authentication is ready. Try signing up. Look at this. How bogus is this? IRL web UI. It's treating it as its own repository. CD IRL web UI. There's no Git folder. So why is it talking about that? Here we are in the TCG tools. Yeah, the folder got committed. Okay, so it's some sort of like a caching issue in VS Code. That's fine. Let's revert this file and close this repository. Make sure that there's still not a .git folder here. There's not, so we're good. There is here, so we're good. npm run dev should pass through to blitz dev. Can't find it. Why no find? Because it is in the child folder. Got it. So let me put the license in there, move that. What about the README? Yup. Oh no, you overwrote that there's already a README. I know. We'll add a built with blitz.js tailwind TLC. Okay. This get ignore, I think we can nuke. I think that's fine. Blitz.js has its own get ignore, and that will work for our purposes. So here I am going to chore push down readme and license. So we'll commit this, and in a different commit, we will move everything up. Or not. Maybe it's fine to... Nah, we're going to move everything up. So the whole repo just is this thing, and that's kind of what I want. So this is chore move all ders, or like move web app to root dir. Cool. What's TLC? That is Tender Loving Care. I think it was also the name of a band in the 90s. Yep. Slay. But they took their name from the pre-existing just like expression TLC for Tender Loving Care. It's like saying that we made it with love. Like, you ever hear a chef say that they made their cake with love? That's what we're saying. Basically, I'm funny. That's the main point. All right, cool. So this looks good. We decided that we cannot get away with a fully static website. We're going to need a database. So cool. Let's go. Yet another Supabase database. Sign in with GitHub. Sounds good. Nobody's jamming in the Reddit. Bummer. Hey, quick reminder, you can go over to YouTube. Link is in my bio and see the full screen. Let's do a new project here. Rect, we don't really need these. Whatever. This is going to be called IRL TCG. Database password. Let me make sure that you can all read it. That's smart. Yes, I'm going to change the database password. No, you're not going to hack me. Why did you opt for Supabase? Because Postgres is open source. They give you a free Postgres instance. It's fully free. It's like no cap, like no games free. It's not like AWS or GCP where it's like fake free. Like, it's free, but then in 6 months we're going to charge you an arm and a leg. It's like legit free. And they have a bunch of other stuff that they do. Like, the GUI is crazy. Like, just use Supabase. Like, everything about it is great. They bleed greatness over there. And they have file storage. And that's one of the new things that I'm going to try out with this IRL TCG is for the images. File storage for the images. Cool, so let's go to the settings. This is not what I want. Database settings. They have like 2 different settings panels, and that always freaks me out. Wrappers and alpha, they have new stuff. That's crazy. Oh, and they also have PG vector integration, which will allow facilitated LLM usage. They just bleed greatness. Yeah, but it's going to be cool to use LLM stuff through them as well. This is not what I want. Authentication. None of this stuff is what I want. Edge functions. Oh yeah, they have edge functions. It's so stupid. They have everything. It's absurd. It's madness. Okay, here's the database settings. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. So we want to connect using Node.js. So we grab this thing, bam. I'm letting you look at the secrets. This is the only time you're going to get to look at this because when I put the real value there, you're not going to get to see it. You see how it says your password, and you thought I was going to use that other one that they gave me by default and that you saw. What is this, Bush League? This ain't my first rodeo, homie. All right, so we're going to grab this same thing and put it there as the database URL. We can drop this. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll leave those top two. This is all looking good here. This is the one we're going to check in, so let's like mess it up more. So Postgres, your password at whatever dot cool cat. Then we'll go over to the schema, db schema. And we don't want to use Prisma. We don't want to use SQLite anymore. So we just grab this, which I'm grabbing from a different project. That's one of the reasons I like multi-root, by the way, is I can quickly grab reference code from another project. Do you see how fast I did that? I did that so fast that Marvel just called me on my other phone. I actually have two phones. And they asked me if I wanted to be the Flash, but I already hung up and said no. And that all happened so quickly, you didn't even notice. That's how fast it was. All right, let's pull this off the screen because it's time to actually mess with the real password now. Pass. So here, how do I reset this? Reset database password, generate, copy. You see how it masked it? It masked it that time. So even though I'm literally live streaming my password reset, you cannot hack me. And you might think that you're smart and you might think that the number of mask icons indicates the string length and that you can dictionary that string length. And you would be wrong because even the string length mask is randomly generated because Supabase is that daddy. Supabase is that daddy. All right, cool. So theoretically, I pasted that in there and it should work. So let's see if I can migrate this database. So blitz prisma migrate dev. It's saying that my website is using SQLite still, according to the migrations. So there's this schema, which we updated, but there's also these, whoa, wrong project, bruh. I was like, where'd all these migrations come from? It's a different project. Okay. Let me Command P, and I want to type IRL TCG schema. IRL TCG schema. Here we are. This is the one. These are the migrations. And there's only one. It's the initial migration that runs on automatic initialization of the project. I can command click these bad boys. Boom, boom, boom. Just nuke them. Just straight nuke them. If this was like a mature project, that would be scary, and like my manager would call me and be like, ah. But this is a new project, so it's no problem. Oh. Enter a name for the new migration. We'll call this init PG. Init PG. PG is short for Postgres. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, so you see it created this migration file. And we want lots of small commits. Lots of small commits. So I'm going to commit immediately. Cool, and we can see it's changing over to Postgres, and it's just the basic entities that come out of the box. You get that default authentication, so user table is created, session is like your authenticated, like your login session. All that stuff for free. And so this will be feat. This is not a chore. This will be init PG because there is a production impact of this change. Cool, and we're done. Just kidding. How do you version procedures? These are migrations. That's how you version procedures. If you're referring to database procedures. If you're referring to like business logic, that's a whole different ballgame. So let me know if you're asking a different question. But basically, yeah, every time I migrate, it creates another one of these SQL files. So the database operations are versioned. And then there's like a table. I can show you this on the Supabase side. There's like a table, which is the Prisma migrations. And this tracks like which migrations have been run. So that's kind of like your versioning in a sense. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to want to create card data here shortly. First things first, let's make sure that we can deploy this hello world to Vercel. So we go over to Vercel. Ba-da-ba. Deploy everything on Vercel. It is the one true place for the deploys. Are they going to make me pay money for one more project? Because if they do, it is no longer the one true place for the deploys. That's how that works. Unless the project makes money, then I'm happy to share that with them. I'm not greedy or anything. I'm just broke. Be in the chat if you can relate. I'm not greedy. I'm just broke. Okay, environment variables, I need to put the top secret sauce there, so I have to take this off the screen. So here's the key name, and let's drag it off screen for the value. Going to also drag VS Code off screen. Boop, 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 boop. This is so inconvenient. There are other ways to do this, by the way. I could use the Vercel CLI. But, I don't know. In my brain, I can't immediately remember how to do that, so I'm just not gonna do that for now. Thanks for the option. And I don't want it. Value, add. See, Vercel does not auto mask when you initially add it, which really, really bugs me. Okay, cool. So the deploy is in progress. Let me bring this back. Basically, all I did is I entered the environment variable and then I hit the deploy button. There's nothing really special about what I did. Okay. So that deploy is going to fail, and that's okay. Or it might succeed, but then as a user, we're going to try to use it, and then it will fail. And that's because we need a entropic session key that I never added. We need an entropic session key. That makes everything really secure. You can't be broke with all these skills you have. Yeah, you're right. I have a lot of money. But the thing is like, just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that you should go fund projects because then you'll lose all your money. So you need a sustainable business plan. So when I said broke, really that was shorthand for this new project that I created the other day doesn't have a business plan behind it, and it's not sustainable. And so like all my money would disappear if I ran it for like a month. And I actually do support charity, but not like that though. If I'm going to give my money to charity, it's going to be something else. Drift saying, thanks for the follow. NPM run start control alt delete. Dang, someone's about to get hired. Can Vercel deploy Laravel? You betcha. You betcha. Okay, what are we doing? What we're doing is we're looking at the build progress. Look, the build succeeded. Yay! Now we go here and it's going to crash, right? So let's visit. Yeah, error. That is expected and that's okay. This is called TDD, test-driven development. We break it, make sure it breaks, then we fix it, and that proves that our fix was non-spurious. Because if it just worked from the beginning, did you even fix anything, or was it just a completely unnecessary, unrelated change? TDD, get with it. It actually works hand in hand with the scientific mindset. So I'm going over to settings. Is it going to leak my environment variable? Let me just be safe and pull it off the screen. Environment variables. And now we're masked. Okay, cool. All right, it's masked this time. So we have this database URL value variable. The value is masked. I'm going to create a new entropic key. Actually, I don't really want you to see that either. But I'll show you the key name. How do you find the key name? You look at the error. You look at the error and it tells you. I think, if I recall correctly, unless they changed it. So we go over to the network tab. Bam. Oh, you know what? It might be on the server side. So here it just says no properties, right? That's actually good. We don't necessarily want to leak security information to the client. If I go over here to the logs, yeah. These are the same errors from the same user sessions, but this is what is shown on the server. Where's the full text, homie? Bam. Session secret key. So this is the server telling me on the server side, hey, we killed one of your users because you don't have this session key set up. Should be at least 32 characters long. That's what she said. Thanks for the follow, Sandre. If you're enjoying the video, tap the like button. If you want to learn to code, you can check out this website, ladderly.io. Checklist of everything you need to do to land a coding job. You can also book a one-on-one call with me. You can sign up for free. It's not only free, it's open source. As little as $1 a month, you unlock cool benefits and really super duper cool benefits for 30 bucks a month. And you can come hang out at the Discord too. And thanks for the follow. So what am I doing? What I'm doing right now is I'm generating this entropic key. Okay, so let's go over to settings, environment variables. Here's the client, here's the key name, and then it needs to be at least 32 characters long. There's no way you're gonna guess it because I don't even know what it is. I'm literally just smashing buttons. Okay, good luck hacking me. You can put a gun to my head and I'm just toast because I don't even know what I just did. Great. And now we have the session secret key. Matthew, thanks for the follow. This still fails, right? I need to rebuild. So we go over to deployments. I'm going to click the ellipsis, redeploy, and basically it's like, hey, there's no code change. We're just using your new environment variables. And I'm like, thanks, dude. That's exactly what I wanted. And this will get our sort of hello world production URL set up. I'll go ahead and grab it so that I can throw it on the GitHub. I always like, oh, this is the wrong one, sorry. What's going on? Where am I? This one. I always like putting the accessible website there for my important portfolio pieces and my important works in progress. And so now you should be able to go over here. It's not quite working. The deploy isn't done. It's still in progress. But whenever that's done, you'll be able to go to that website. Okay, cool. So let's start get crack-a-lacking on this localhost. Here's the localhost right now. This is like super not what I want. Congrats, your app is ready to go. Thanks. Control Shift F, Control V, Enter brings us over here. And we'll just delete this. I don't want it anymore. So we're going to get rid of this top bar. I actually kind of like the nav up there. Do I want to use the nav right now? No, I don't want a nav. Oh, I'm going to want it later. We're not doing everything right now. Am I having a full-on conversation with myself? No, you. You are. So we get rid of this thing. We get rid of this blitz thing. We're going to change this text, not delete it. I'll leave the sign up. Sure, it doesn't do anything right now, but like, why not? And then we'll update the GitHub repo, Discord community. So we'll update that area as well instead of deleting it. And then these things, I feel like I should use these. Yeah, let's do it. Here we go. I'm kind of tired, y'all. How about you? What kind of app are you building? Similar to a Pokedex. It's a card catalog. So we're going to have a TCG. Good question, Em. Thanks for being here. So there's this Reddit, right? Check it out. You should go over here, drop a pic, drop some comments, some upvotes, some downvotes, and you will be able to influence the cards in this game because the cards in this game are derived from this Reddit. And we play a card game, kind of like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever. It's also kind of like an RPG. This is part 2 in a multi-part video. See part 1 if you want some more details. There are 2 modes of play. There's a narrative mode of play, which like doesn't use math. It's just like a story. And then there is a canonical mode of play, which uses like stats and stuff. So like here's a battler. And it's called IRL because this is like a real picture of my dogs. But ChatGPT doesn't know that. So ChatGPT is going to read, this is Copper and Akira, legendary husky sisters. One is serious, the other is crazy. Both have sharp teeth. They're good for digging, great defense, easily distracted. ChatGPT is going to read that and create a battle-like card. Does that make sense? And you're going to have like a deck of these cards. And so the tool that we're building is going to have a number of functions. Right now we're working on the card catalog. Where did my stuff go? Issues tab. So right now we're working on the card catalog, but it will also handle the deck generation and like shuffling the deck and like dealing you a hand. And then you're going to like draw a card and play a card every turn. Draw and play. And the tool will help you like figure out what card you drew. So it handles the RNG, if that makes sense. The randomization aspect. In the long term, I have this long term, we can integrate the LLM. So right now, today, you're going to have to actually use 2 tools. You're going to have the game tools over here and ChatGPT over here, and you're going to have to use them both. That's kind of annoying, right? It's not terribly annoying. It's kind of cool because you're like, hey, I'm doing a game with ChatGPT. So it's kind of cool, but it's kind of annoying because you're like, I just want like one thing that's my game. And so in the long term, if this thing takes off, we could do that, but like not today. Cool concept. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Appreciate the support. I live code all the time, y'all. Different things. And so make sure to follow the channel if you want to learn to code. And you can also check out my website, latterly.io, if you want to learn to code. Function says, good job, bro. Thanks so much, Function. Appreciate the support. It really does mean a lot, to be honest with you. All right, so we got rid of the nav, wiped out the background. Let's wipe out this blitz thing. Here's the SGV view box. I don't want that. What about this header? Your database is ready. Yeah, I do want the header. I do want the header. So we'll change this to say sign up now. And I'll put a little asterisk. Down here. There's literally no benefit to signing up at the moment, but you will get early access to new features that require authentication. Okay, I actually don't like that because it's like, why are you saying there's no benefits, but there's this benefit? So just say that there's a benefit. But I just want to let you know, like, you're not unlocking features by signing up today. Get early access to authenticated features down the road. Today, you don't actually need to log in to use the tool. It's like I'm saying I'm doing way too much, right? I'm saying way too much. What language is this? It's TypeScript. Thanks for being here. Ethan, sup? Ethan's over on YouTube. Ethan, today we are building a card catalog for a trading card game, like Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon. I think this is fine, and so I'll just add. Ooh, I need to add Tailwind. I already feel the need for Tailwind because I want to tell it margin top and bottom 0. All right, so let's add Tailwind. Let me do a couple more changes. We need one step at a time. Small commits. Add a new model by running the command. Let's update this. Things you can do. Things you can do with this site. One is play now. Right, so my little issue said the things. Rulebook, these are the things. Read the rulebook. 3 is card catalog. And that's what I'm most immediately interested in because that will allow us to do Play Now. Play Now is actually like the most important tool right now, but you can't shuffle a card deck if there's no database of cards. And so when you make the database of cards, you almost get the catalog for free. Like it's just a couple UI components on top. So that's why I'm prioritizing 3. Low key, not because of the UI, but because of the database involved is actually a prerequisite to what's important number 1. Does that make sense? Your name here, thanks for the follow. Rulebook, card catalog, join the community and contribute. Okay, let's fix these links. There's the Blitz docs. Do not care. Do not care about the Blitz docs. Next.js docs, do not care. GitHub repo, yes. Blitz Twitter, do not care. Discord community, yeah. Powered by Latterly. Discord community, we're going to change that to my Discord community, not John's Linktree. Come hang out, by the way. I'm a true beginner to coding. What website should I use to learn? What's up, Tiara? Thanks for being here. The answer is latterly.io, link in my bio. That will walk you through, like, oh, you got to sign up, whatever. I'm not logged in. It'll walk you through step by step. My CS 111 class has us using Java. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, it might not be fun, so maybe that's what's wrong with that. It's definitely not fun, but it'll get you a job if you hang in there. Okay, so we got this Discord and, right, like that's working. Cool. So I want this to be in my href. Href is the hyperlink. It's your hyperlink. It's your link. So when you click it, when you click Discord community, now it's going to go to mine instead of the other one. You see this href up here. So here's the text, GitHub repo. And it's wrapped in an an anchor tag with an href value of blitz.js. We're going to change that as well. So currently, if I go down here, if I click this GitHub repo, that's what it's referring to. It's going to take us over here. I don't want you to go over there. I want you to go to my repo, which can be our repo. Contributions welcome. It's open source. And so here we go. Let's replace this value. And it works. Now it's taking you over there, right? Now we can go over here. The new build is done. So this is prod, by the way. So you can visit this website right now. IRL-TCG tools. There's two dashes. IRL-TCG-tools.vercel.app. You can go there and sign up right now if you want to. Okay, so now we have this look and feel. Play now. Let me fix the casing on this. I like ran out of steam, right? So like join the community is like, that's so funny. I totally just ran out of steam. I think this is fine. Play now. No, this is not fine. Like be consistent, right? Play now. Read the rule book. Card catalog. We're down casing everything because I got the style, fam. That's the reason. All right. Cool. Instead of things you can do with this site, how about what now? I don't know. What should I even put here? Like, I don't know, bro. What do you think? Whatever. I'll figure it out later. So this will be feature. No, this is actually a style. Oh, no, it's a feature update. Feature. Update content links. Update content and links. So we're pushing that. And now we want to add Tailwind. There's a Tailwind plugin or extension recipe. It's called a recipe. This looks like somebody else just made a Blitz project. That's not what we want. Blitz install Tailwind. Here we go. Cool, bringing in auto prefixer post CSS. And look at all the things it's doing for me. This is, what are we in August? We're in mid-August 2023. Code gen over AI. Still, code gen over AI. TypeScript, yes it is. What's up, Rebo? Thanks for being here. Crypto D Zaire, thanks for the follow. Da 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 da. What is the latest version of Tailwind? Here we're using 3.33. Cool, 3.0. Whoa, 3.33. So it literally installed the latest Tailwind. I love to see it. Haribo Goldbear says, I'm just learning React. It's tough. Lots of webhooks and syntax. Are you actually the Haribo Goldbear? That's my question. Electric Penguin followed. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, Haribo, you came to the right place. If you need any help, drop by the Discord after the video. So link is in my bio, laterally.io, and the Discord is bam right there. Cool. So what's next? What's next? Let's see if I can npm run dev. Quick reminder, you can go over to YouTube and see the full screen. Refresh the page right here. Boom. It'll take a couple seconds because we're restarting the dev server. I said a couple seconds. I didn't mean like 5 years. Come on. Jeez. How did you learn this? Are you in school? No, I have 10 years of experience. Like I learned by doing. That's the real way to learn, right? You build projects and you learn. Back in the day, I took some online courses. There's no silver bullet course. Sorry to tell you that. But there are some courses that help to varying degrees. For me, it was Codecademy. These days, I would encourage you to check out a prestigious coding bootcamp or the Meta Front-End Professional Certificate with Coursera. By the way, I have a PhD in economics, where I studied the return on investment to alternative credentials such as this. So I know what I'm talking about when I recommend a course. Haribo says, please, I'll pay you to teach me. Absolutely. You can check out laterally.io and book a session if you want. Bam, right there. Just curious about your specific path. Yeah, thank you so much for asking. So my path was, I got a undergraduate degree, double major in political science and economics from the University of Houston. I moved from Texas to DC to influence politics. I worked as a political consultant for years, ended up building websites, decided that I hate politics, and just went full in on the website thing and got into programming from there. Nico says, I'm a software engineer. What's up, Nico? Thanks for being here. Haribo, can we chat privately? Very ready to learn. Yep, yeah, absolutely. Check this out right here. Or check my bio and contact me that way. Cool. And that gave us enough time to build up this. This is looking like a snack. It might look boring. Boring is good. Don't think boring is bad. This is looking like a snack. So what we want to do, we want sign up now to be larger, and we want the top and bottom margins of these items to be eliminated. This can also move up a bit. So let me inspect the page, grab the cursor tool, and I'm looking here. I'm looking to see, why is there so much vertical space? Why is there so much foregone real estate, right? We can see in this purple region that is defined by the padding over here. Boop. Just kidding, that was a total lie. It is the column flex direction. Cool, so we'll go over here, let's see, one step at a time, right? So let's go ahead and check this in. Let's go ahead and check this in. And so this will be feet, init, tailwind. You could do a style commit here. I would respect that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Odin project, but I guess you can do a lot worse. Cannot read tsconfig. Oh no, why? Why do you say this? Look at that. It's freaking out on the suspense import. Okay, is it going to do that regardless of whatever's the top level import? Yeah. Okay, so it's not because of line 1. It's just going to do that on any file because it's having trouble reading the TS config. I don't know why. No big deal. No big deal. We were looking for the CSS. So here is the index page. So let's go over to the CSS here. Nope, and it's not letting me click into it. So I will grab the file name, Command P, Command V, and get there this way. And here, flex direction. Let's see, which one was I wanting to remove? This main wrapper, home main. I want to get rid of the space evenly. I think it's okay to leave column there on that one. What about this one? On this one, I don't particularly like the flex direction column. Ooh, wow. Never mind, we're going to keep that. What about this one? Golly. We'll keep all these things, I guess. The gap I don't like. I think that looks better. So the home header, we'll take the gap down to 1. And I want to create a header. I think we can get rid of this body composes frost. Did that really change much? Looks fair enough on mobile, whatever. Here on the header, p tag. Whoa, that was wild. I don't know how it decided that, but let's go for it. I don't actually like the align center, sorry. Oh, I guess it based it off this H1. That's pretty smart. Let's give these paragraphs a centering div. Is it not centered? It's center. What is it? I'm going to do M auto. Yep, there we go. So that's the centering div. We can up the width here. That looks like it fixes it. 480 over 400. Oh no, it looks kind of bogus, huh? It just looks off center. Do you think it's a good idea to create clone projects? I mean, sure, that's not going to get you a job, but there's also nothing really wrong with it if it helps you as a starting point. So I want you to type things with your hands. I want you to type letters. Um, if you sign up at Latterly, if you go through the trial by fire, let me log in. So you sign up, you go to the checklist. It tells you what to do right here, like just step by step. So you go to this trial by fire. You're going to be coding. You're going to be typing things with your hands. I don't want you to just clone a repo. Now, you're going to be typing the same thing that a lot of other people have typed. Doesn't that make it like super worthless and stuff? No. Because we know scientifically, when you actually type or break out a pen and write, you learn better. So the purpose of this, you're not going to get your job off of your first project. Like that's like so outrageous. The purpose of this is to help you learn. And then you go on from there. Like I would like you to have a minimum of 3 projects in your portfolio, ideally 4+. And what are the downsides of Odin Project? The thing has no name recognition. That's the problem. So there's a lot of like college students. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are in this sort of like online learning bubble. And they Googled around and they found out about the Odin Project. And they're like, whoa, there's thousands of other people that also know about the Odin Project and this Odin Project community. And they feel like it's like a really big community. But it's not. Like thousands of people is like nothing. Free Code Camp, like compare Free Code Camp. In terms of name recognition, it's like it doesn't compare at all. So let's get some perspective here. Where's the Free Code Camp GitHub? Oh gosh, and I'm not crazy about Free Code Camp either. Like, I have one thing that I'm looking for, and it's that difficult to find it. So they're cool. They're probably like the coolest free code camp. The problem is that these pale in comparison to the paid code camps, but they do set the bar for the free code camps. So 16,000 followers, and how many stars on the curriculum? Let's see. 371,000. Remember this number. 371,000 stars. 300, like, think about how big that number is. Now let's go check out the Odin Project. You ready? $4.9K followers. 7.6K stars. It's less than 1/30th. It's less than 1/30th. So that's the problem with the Odin Project. The content quality is arguably better, right? I don't have that much of a problem with the content quality. I mean, I do, because again, as far as free tier stuff goes, it's really good. But as far as anything respectable that you pay for goes, it's like really not good. When you're trying to get your job, you need name recognition. So having a certificate with no name recognition, it like almost defeats the point of having a certificate. Does that make sense? Sheena says, so you recommend Free Code Camp? No, that's not what I'm saying. I recommend Free Code Camp over the Odin Project. But I actually don't recommend Free Code Camp because self-study of online courses has negligible ability to land you a job at all. So what I recommend you do is you go for a prestigious coding bootcamp. By the way, check out latterly.io, link in my bio. You can sign up and get a step-by-step checklist of what I actually recommend. And you can see I executed a substantive web dev program, Coursera, Codecademy Pro, front end, a reputable bootcamp, or a Latterly mentorship. So this is what I actually recommend. This is what I actually recommend. Free Code Camp is one of the best free options. It's not a very good option. If you think I'll complete free code camp and get my job, good luck. You need to be probably in the top 5% of ability to do that. For most people, I'm not saying it's impossible, like 5% of people can do it. But the vast majority of people cannot do it. Okay, cool. So here we are on localhost. Let's up the style a bit. What is it? Text, is it XL? What about 2XL? I think that upped the size, didn't it? Yep, cool. So that's a Tailwind style, 2XL. Would an Odin project be better than Latterly since more people know about it? No. No. Let's go back to what I was just showing you. The reason is because Latterly does not leverage its own name recognition. Latterly leverages the name recognition of the wrapped program. So it will be using Codecademy Pro as an example. Or a reputable bootcamp. Part of being reputable means you have name recognition. Or Coursera, they have name recognition. Hey.
You're streaming?
Yeah, I'll be done in like 10 minutes. So then why use Latterly if you're going somewhere else to begin with? The answer, there's a few answers. There's a bunch of answers. I mean, one is you don't need to. Like if you're already happy with whatever you're doing, more power to you. The second answer is because of the curation value. So like you don't know what you should be learning. So Latterly will point you in the right direction. Even if that direction is elsewhere. Why go to college if your college course is going to use a textbook? Why not just read the textbook, right? It's like the same idea. Three, like there's like the social aspect. So like even if you know the right things to learn, learning in a silo is not going to land you a job. You want to be able to social network. So getting involved in a community, having a mentor, things like this are super powerful. Like this is very well documented in the research. And then another option is it could be that wherever you're already going is overwhelming or underwhelming. So for example, you might have chosen a boot camp. You might have chosen very well. And it may just be too much and you might need more attention. You might find that the boot camp staff is unable to give you office hours that you need to keep up with the rest of the class. You might find that the boot camp, while very good, does not have a good career services arm. And so one of the big things that Latterly does is a bootcamp supplement. This is one of the big things that it does. So I think those are some of the reasons that you would go with Latterly, even if you're going somewhere else. Let's see, probably 4 things that I want to change here. One, there's a bit more space than I would like. That purple region, I'd like to eliminate if possible. I think that looks good. We can just eliminate that bottom padding there. I'd like to add some padding top on this side. So this is the home link grid. What if we had PT4? It's not going to work because the style is loaded. Nerf Scuttler, what up, what up? Okay, so I think it was the home header. Let's look at the CSS. Ooh, lavender. Lavender sounds cool. Let's do that. Okay, so we got some of these things. Do you use Tailwind? Yep, we're using Tailwind right now. We're using a mix. And the reason for that is because the starter project came with some styles. So I'm not rewriting all those styles, but I'm adding in Tailwind. So for example, here you can see the text 2XL on the sign up now. That's Tailwind. That's optional though. Like if you don't know Tailwind, that's okay. I think some people kind of make too big of a deal about it. Cool. I think that looks a lot better. Just getting a little bit more margin in there on the code elements. Change these from M to rem. There's a good case to be made either way, but I want it to be consistent. And other places we're using rem. How does it look on mobile? Mid. It looks mid. Let's see. Can we easily make this look a little nicer on mobile? Oh, you know what? I think I might know. Yeah. Cool. All right, that was the problem. The header should reflect max width, not width. That's on me. I messed that up earlier. Cool, I think it's looking okay. So sign up now. Oh, we can eliminate some of that top margin, right? We talked about that. How do I do that? So the home header, two and a half or 3. think 3 seems good. Great, so this gives us basically what we want. We need to go create that card catalog now, but we're going to pause there. So tune in next time, and next time you'll be able to click this link and go see some cards. In the meantime, don't forget to follow the page and check out this subreddit. Remember, this subreddit will be used as the card material. So you can post some pictures, you can vote, you can comment, and ChatGPT could ingest any of those data to mint the final card. Thanks for being here. Talk to you later.